All right, here for another deck. So I've been playing the Explorer version of this deck, and I had mentioned in the other videos that being best of one, you can go all in on this very linear game plan. So the only upgrade that I think this gets is Tranquil Thicket. Actually, let me just double check. I don't know if there's any other creatures that have cycling for 1 mana. I don't think there are, but let's double check. Cycling, it's filtered for lands. Let's see, creatures. Let's go ahead and see if they're not collected. All right. Ooh, okay, but that one is for white, and I'm not playing white in this deck. Interesting. I didn't know about that card. Okay, so another cards that cycle. The other card that is a potential consideration, and I'm thinking about it a little bit more right now. So I was thinking about Faceless Agent, but the issue with Faceless Agent is like you can. So one issue with this deck is you don't have that many threats. It's generally these 12 creatures: the Ragged Recluse, the Liliana's Elite, and the Writhing Necromass, and so there is some concern about like finding those threats, the fact that you pay 4 of a bunch of different things means that the Faceless Agent's going to be finding all of those random spells rather than your. Although I guess these 2 are zombies, so let me see the creature type breakdown. Human. So those are those cyclers. So let's see, which one are the humans? So, and the Ragged Recluse is a human as well. So yeah, so I don't want to go down on these just to play the Faceless Agent. And plus I don't want to make too many changes. I just want to play this deck. It's fun. Just randomly cycling into I don't know if any of you watch the Brian Cook videos. Let me go ahead and start the queue while I'm talking, but where he plays the Cycle Storm decks on MTGO. But I always like him when he's joking about the Vantasaur cycling. Let's change it over. So I mentioned that the only upgrade that it gets, I think, other than the possibility of Faceless Agent, is upgrading the cycle land. So that's the only change I made. And I guess the other change I made was I'm playing more of the Gaea's Blessing. I guess I forgot the card. The instant speed, trample, but also hexproof. So I think that's going to be useful to have in a random best of one match when the opponent tries to remove my big duders, as well as potentially tries to chump block and it gets trampled over for the win. Since it's only a one-time use compared to the enchantment, you kind of have to only play it when you are getting the win. Another poison deck. Interesting. I guess a lot of people are using their most recently collected commons. Probably shouldn't have fetched because I want to draw some more lands anyways, and so filtering a land out of my deck is probably not where I want to be. I probably just started with this and then give myself a little bit more time to draw another land, a third land. I think this deck really wants 3 lands and basically to stop there, but it's perfectly fine drawing more because it just means you cycle that much quicker. Sorry for the rain in the background. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna hide this against a blue-white poison deck, so let's just go ahead and start cycling. Cycle. So this is a little bit of slow draw. I don't have any of my creatures that dump a bunch of stuff into the graveyard. And I still don't. Okay, let's cycle into one of those. There it is, but unfortunately I don't have an untapped land to play this turn. I'm going to go ahead and cycle just to save time. Alright, so now I can Wayfinder. This is a little bit scary. But there's not an enchantment that gives a creature poison. or toxic. I forget what it's called. I don't think so. There is the white enchantment that buffs up the creature, makes it like a 3/3 or 4/3. 4/3, I think. Alright, so next turn, hopefully I can Wayfinder into play my Necromass. I just need to hit 3 creatures with it. So I think that's not impossible, but I got 1/2 creatures. But I can grab this, cycle another creature, and then I'll have 3 creatures in my graveyard and I'll be able to play it. Cycle. Get down my big boy. Alright. And then I got 2 more big boys coming subsequent turns, and I got a trample spell in hand. This is looking pretty good. I'm only at 4 poison. The fact that these guys can return from the grave is a little bit scary. But I don't think I'm dying from damage. It's more going to be poison me out. So if he attacks in, that means he probably has the enchantment that buffs up his creature, because he already has corrupted. So I think I'll just go ahead and double block, or not double block, block on the chorus and the Necromass. Scary. See, target creature you control with toxic. Okay, so I still haven't seen the combo with the Fencing Ice, but scary card nonetheless. I don't know what he's tapped out. I don't know what he's trying to play here. Maybe he's just bored. Alright. Do I do anything but get out my Boom Booms? Could potentially attack. I think this is going to be scary because so that's another benefit of citing in the Gaea's, whatever Gaea's card is because it gives. Okay, so if I'm going to play that, I might as well just cycle first to just see what I draw. Alright, another elite. All the elites. Yeah, I think I am gonna potentially have to like race this in. I think I'll stay back 1 turn, and then I'll have to start crashing in and trading. You know, like if he wants to attack in with both his 1/1s against my 1 blocker, I'm gonna have to be fine with that. But I can't just play a waiting game here. It's scary because the Flencing Raptor is going to be able to come down again, and it's interesting. He played it pre-combat? Yeah, he played it pre-combat, so I think he wanted to bounce his Flencing Raptor now, but now he's in a spot where it's not good to bounce the Flencing Raptor. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. He missed out a poison, right? Because it has Toxic. Yeah, he missed out a poison for me. Alright. So you can't kill that. So let's go ahead and start giving my guy Trample, right? Trample and stay back. Yeah, I'm on a 2-turn clock. Let's see. If I play that, I still have 1 mana untapped. Yeah. Yep, I think this is fine. I think I'm going to slow it down just a tad bit since I am, he has 4 creatures with Toxic and I'm only at, I only have 5 Toxic, or 5 poison to die with. Okay, the fact that he's jumping already is very reassuring. Alright. Okay, let's get down another. I could get down double blocker, in which case I should have played those. I actually didn't think of that. This would have been better to do pre-combat, and then since I didn't attack, then now I felt bad about doing that post-combat. But yeah, this was probably the play to do, is Wayfinder into Prowler and get this up super big, so even this turn he can't chump it down. Yeah, if he attacks with that, I'm going to win on the crackback. So, slight misplay by him, but I don't think it affected the outcome of the game. I had just a really awesome draw here. Yeah, it's not going to help you against... Let's see. It's Perpetual First Strike? Yeah, okay. So probably not going to attack with my... so it's flying. I don't know why he's attacking with his 1/1s again, but go ahead and take those blocks. So 7 poison. And he's... Well, let me throw a bunch of creatures into my graveyard and make sure he's dead. Go ahead and take an untapped land, sure. Go ahead, play that. Alright, and then now this one's never lethal, so I don't think there's a reason to attack with him. I'll go ahead and attack with both of those. I guess I had plenty of blockers anyway, so I didn't need to attack. GG's. Alright, good showing. First game. I did have fun. Please, Wizards, play more. Historic Pauper. Give us a Historic Pauper queue. Doesn't even have to be ranked. I actually really like the Historic Pauper old school. It used to be like a challenge where you would take the deck in and you would try to get up to like 5 wins, or sometimes it was, I forget, maybe three wins. But I felt like those were fun because you had a lot less like giving up halfway through, because a lot of people were invested in like trying to get that 3rd win. So I felt like it was a little bit more competitive environment. All right, so I got the lands I want. Got a little bit of recursion with this. I think this is okay. It's not going to be too quickly. Again, I'm not drawing the green creatures that dump cards in my graveyard. But I think this is going to be an okay against a random opponent. Making the changeover, like I was talking about last time, is I do want to draw my 3rd land, so I'll go ahead and hold off on playing this card. It gives me 2 draws without filtering a land out of my deck. Sorry if you're hearing a lot of the rain in the background. It's just coming down like crazy. There's my land. All right, let's go ahead and cycle this one. And yeah, so now we have plenty of land, so I'll start playing my sack lands. And then, so the amount of forests in the deck is favors forests, but what you really want is swamps. You just want to hit your first forests for the dumping spells. Okay, so we're playing ninjas, so I'll probably have to just run this out and then hope to block. But yeah, so ninjas is a scary deck because this deck really doesn't have removal. It doesn't have a lot of answers to flyers. So it has enough chump blockers that I'm not going to be able to get like freebies without the trample enchantment. Okay, that's a blocker, so I don't think it's much different from the Ragged Recluse, so I think I go ahead and play that. And I don't think it changes whether he's a 2/2 or a 1/1, so I'm going to go ahead and play that, and let's go ahead and keep an untapped land in my hand. Let's go ahead and I'll pick up 1 forest out of my deck. Like I said, generally you only want 1 forest, but I'll get an additional green producing land. I think it's okay. I have this that I'm going to eventually want to cycle. Yeah. Oh, actually, I think this matters for the power, right? Power, yeah. So I could have got 1 additional point of damage. At least this is not the other ninja of the deep hours, getting him constant value. An opponent, I don't think I want to throw out my elite. I think I want to Ragged Recluse into cycle my Tranquil Thicket. The reason why is this guy can gain a little bit of life for me this turn, or next turn when he attacks in, if the opponent doesn't have an answer for it. And he represents a blocker that can potentially stonewall his ground game. This is why it's always difficult to play ninjas, is because you could get the first ninja hit in fairly easy, right? Ninjas are pretty good with that. It's just after you get the hit with the ninja, against most decks, a 2-1 or a 2-2 isn't really going to get in, for Historic Pauper, isn't going to get in a next time unless you're absolutely crushing the game. So I felt like that was always the kind of weakness, is you get a lot of value for the initial one. Now, this card, yeah, it costs a lot, but it's gonna do work this game. Yeah. So he could have been fancier. He could have bounced the hacker, returned the moon snare, played the moon snare. Okay, so he has the anyways. But he could have done shenanigans about bouncing and recurring creatures. So I need to get some blockers quickly here. So I'll just get Naked Ragged Recluse down with pretty tiny elite. I think next turn I'm probably going to do the same. So unfortunately he's not killing my creatures and making it easier to draw. If I do draw a gain life, ability to gain life, then I'll probably use the Courier Bat, because I'm only going to probably get one shot this game of gaining a life. So I'll just probably bring back a Cycler and cycle it. I guess there's an argument to get the Prowler so I can fill my graveyard a little bit more. Interesting. He doesn't want to sacrifice 2 of his creatures to trade with one of mine and to do 2 damage. Oh, he does. Okay. All right. That seems reasonable. Okay, so who do I want to make sure dies? Specialist is actually kind of scary. He's drawn so many cards. I think I allow it. So these gain value if they hit me. This gains value if he ever can recur it in the future. Yeah, I think I lose if he can bounce that creature. So actually, I think I do it this way. This means that he can potentially draw into another Moon Snare Specialist, but I think if he bounces again, I'm in pretty deep doo-doo. All right. I can't quite... I would have to cycle into untapped land to be able to play the Necromass and the Elite, so I think this turn I'm Reclusing. Although the Recluse is better, so I can Recluse and Necromass this turn, so let's go ahead and cycle the Vantasaur, and then at the fail case, I have those 2 as an option. And then I still have those 2 as an option if I cycle. And still don't need to hit a land necessarily. Ooh, that's tasty. Could be a nice surprise. Let's go ahead and crack in. Fortunately, I'm going to eventually have to crack in, so probably it's fine to start with now. Unsummon. I think my Gaea's gift, the trample in the future, is going to be more important than keeping my 7/7 or 8/8 in play. So let's get some blockers again for his ninja. And this is going to be a little bit useful. I think the 1 or 2 life it may gain me will be a little bit clutch, and it'll help turn on the Courier Bat too. Probably did that in the wrong order. No, because he would have had the kill spell, so I think I did it in a fine order. He could have countered whichever one he wanted. Alright, so I'm going to be at 6 life, potentially. Luckily he hasn't found another Miscreant. Otherwise, yeah, okay, so now he has the option. So in future ninjutsus, it's whatever the ninjutsu is, draw a card, plus replay the Miscreant and draw a card. So we really have a lot of cards. So I think this instant speed trampler might be the crucial on the very last turn. We'll see. I might actually have to save my Odious Witch, but I think this is going to be useful as a blocking spell. So let's go ahead and attack in with... So he's going to have 2 ground creatures potentially. So I have my Elite, and then... Or actually... Yeah, I can't Courier Bat this turn. So yeah, let's just attack with the Odious Witch, because I'm only have one blocker back. Okay. 7 life. I do have a surprise reach. So this is why I like this card. It's Gaea's Gift, that's what it's called. So it gives me surprise reach for defense, also the Hexproof to protect my creature from random removal, and then indestructible if you're trying to attack into Death Touch creatures, and then trample if the opponent tries to chump block and race you. So I think for all those reasons. Scary. I'm glad I left, okay, resolve all. Okay, I'm gonna be at 8 life. He's cracking in for 4 in the air. Decline, no, I cannot pay. Alright, he's out of cards in hand. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot that the Courier Bat has flying, so... Courier Bat. Okay. Yep, so I think I go ahead and blow my Hexproof right now. Hexproof reach. Next turn I get a gain life and then attack in with play the Courier Bat as a blocker. I don't think he saw that it has reach. Otherwise he would attack with the Hacker as well. Yeah, I think he missed that. I'm not going to say no to a critical point of damage, unfortunately. I'm not going to be that good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and crack in with both of these. Get my race going. Alright, and then let's see what I'm going to draw for, I guess a Ragged Recluse. And then he could potentially chump everything, so yeah, I think I'd go ahead and cycle into a Ragged Recluse. Okay, well, if I was going to bring back the Ragged Recluse, what I should have done is cycle the Horror to see what so then give myself more information. I was anticipating having to play the Elite, but I realized that it was probably better. So GG's. So that was 2 games, so 2-0. 2-0 for the Cycle deck. So fun, linear, like I said, linear decks with a very proactive game plan are probably going to be pretty strong, and I don't think I've been proven wrong. But yeah, I don't think I've had any repeats. The only kind of sad ones were the like the person who did the mono red deck where they filtered for mono red 1-drops, and then the toxic decks are understandable. It's just fresh in people's minds, and you can make a really powerful draft basically deck by playing 4 of the most powerful common toxic cards. All right, this is really good. So this is gonna dump a bunch of cards in my graveyard, and then I'll have a Ragged Recluse or a Necromass to kind of capitalize on my cycle shenanigans. Since this is gonna find a land, okay, so now drawing in, okay, I'll just go and play that tap land, but I'm most likely going to end up cycling this. It was debate whether to play this, because I wasn't doing anything with the 1 mana the first turn anyways, and I only had 3 lands plus this in hand, but with drawing the 4th land and having this, that's going to hit a land most likely. I really, really don't want to, so it's another mono red 1-drop deck. No lands! But that means 4 creatures went to the graveyard, so this is nice and charged up. Oh, I didn't see that he had another Ancestral Anger. I'm just totally focused on what I'm doing and not even paying attention to what the opponent's doing. This is going to be close. Unfortunately, I can't play both this turn, so I think I have to play the 5/5. But I could definitely cycle at least this card. So let's cycle this, and I'll have to debate if I want to play my tapped land. Okay, same thing now that I drew it. I guess I still have the option for the tap land, and I'm gonna probably cycle my healer. So I just leave the opponent a little bit questioning what the heck I'm doing by leaving a mana open and having an instant. Scary. Alright, so he's got me down to 8. And then he has 3 cards in hand, so he certainly could be dead. Definitely blocking this. Except if he wants Lightning Strike that thing. Him Lightning Strike that would actually be really good for me because, okay, very scary. Going for it. Drew a land off of that, so that's good for me. At least this right opponent knows what's up. Don't try to go for the trade. Just kill. All right. I was thinking of playing away to play these cards. I don't think though you want to play for that kind of thing, but it would have been good in this situation. All right. So I want to cycle this turn to be able to play the Ragged Recluse and have it transform. So potentially next turn I can attack with it. So let's cycle first and see what we draw. Okay. Ragged Recluse it is. And then stay back and hope the opponent doesn't draw a 3 damage burn spell in 2 cards. Okay, that's 2 damage burn. Do you have 1 more point? He probably has a shock in hand, and that now has me for, I guess not quite Xaxes. Alright. Smart that he's waiting to deal damage. Shocking incoming. Nice. GG's. Alright, every deck went 2-1. That's it for tonight. Hopefully you enjoy all of these decks. And like I said, comment down below if you want to see any specific archetype. There's a lot of different archetypes in Historic Pauper. Check out our Discord. It has some information about the metagame archetypes in best of 3, but most of them are translatable to best of 1. So thank you for watching.